start with a simple question. What is your name?
Tough one. Joe Lampe.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
Royal blue.
All right. And what is your goal as a history teacher at Duchesne High School?
My goal as a history teacher, in short, is to have students that graduate and leave the school with the willingness and the curiosity to learn about history, but just in general outside of the classroom.
Okay. Where did you get the Michael Jordan cutout?
This was one of my college roommates who was along with the school. It was his, and when we moved out, I was the one that could take it with me to my next house. He couldn't put it in his or didn't want it to or something, so I inherited it from a friend.
Okay. What made you want to become a teacher?
I guess the number of people, both at Duchesne or at my grade school, or just adults that I had that were influential in my life, that kind of set the stage, I guess, for me to want to have that same impact on people.
Okay. Why a history teacher?
Well, interestingly, I started off in English, and I had 3 English courses along with my other work at Mizzou, and I hated it, so I feel like that was enough to push me into something different. I liked history in high school. It wasn't my favorite subject. I don't know why that was necessarily. I think some of that was because I hadn't gone out and seen the rest of the world and really realized why history was important. But as much as anything, I think getting a history degree allowed me to maybe teach economics or teach history itself or teach psychology. I mean, there was a variety of things you can do as opposed to being stuck in math. I mean, obviously different types of English and that sort of thing. But I guess in short, because it gave me a little bit of a variety of studies in college, but also down the road, things I could study.
Okay. What is the Genius Hour, and what inspired you to bring it about?
Basically, I sat down and realized, or we sat down as an English department and a history department and kind of tried to hash out at what point in the students' times at Duchesne so they know how to do certain things. Basically, we were doing the research paper before English classes were doing components of research. And I'm not as good as teaching it as the English teachers. I'm not as equipped, and I don't think I did as good a job, and it just made more sense for us to kind of streamline the process. And me do something, I was trying to do something that was research-oriented and still had that component of you choosing a topic that was of interest to you as opposed to me telling you something. Anyway, Genius Hour basically revolves around students having a topic of their own choice. It has to connect somehow to the social sciences, whether it's economics, psychology, sociology, history itself, geography, etc. And then they have a question that they formulate at the beginning of the year. Over the course of the year, they do research, trying to look into that question, and then at the end of the year, which will be, last week of April, first week of May, they're going to do presentations over that research. Now, the way that research manifests itself is different depending on the group. Some groups are doing documentaries, some students are creating books, some students are creating guides. I have somebody doing a guide to the singularity or how to survive the singularity, which is when human intelligence and, or artificial intelligence and humans merge, because some people think that that's imminent. So anyway, it's a broad topic it's supposed to be broad topics, and the idea is that you get to do something on your own time related to history, but something of your own choice. That way, in your remaining time in class, you feel a little bit more incentivized to pay attention. And so that was a rambly answer, but
that's all right. It's good for me.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it like being a coworker with your old teachers?
It's a little bizarre. I'm over it now, more so than I was when I came back. The first quarter was really strange, and I think it was strange in that I was just kind of in my old surroundings. So even with the part of them being my colleagues, that was part of it. I still can't call most of them by their first names, even though they all say that makes them feel old. I don't know. I feel strange saying that. My parents always raised me to call adults by Mr. and Mrs., so that's what I've stuck with.
All right. What would you say is the most drastic change you've noticed at Duchesne since you were a student here?
I mean, I guess it's kind of cliche, but the integration of technology. And I don't know that is specific to Duchesne. I think that's just education in general. And I think I was at the very tail end of not using a whole lot of technology within our work. I mean, kids had cell phones in school. Yeah. We weren't supposed to, but kids had them. But really, even the usage of a cell phone in 2007 was minuscule compared to what it is today. And that's been a battle to try and figure out how to integrate it successfully and not make it a distraction. And it's something that we as teachers and myself specifically always have to kind of gauge, with what we're doing in class and how it impacts technology or how the technology impacts what we're teaching.
Okay. So these are just gonna be some real rapid fire questions, you know, like
All right.
pieces of the interview.
Okay.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, another cliche. I gotta say Forrest Gump. I'm maybe genre specific, but if I had to give one, I would say Forrest Gump.
Okay. Thin crust or thick crust?
Thin crust.
Okay. What's your favorite animal?
I'm a big cat lover. So not specific to a single one. My background on my computer right now is a jaguar. So
Okay.
I don't know. I think big cats are cool.
So big cats, not you are a big lover of cats.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Like cheetahs and lions and tigers and the like.
Okay. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
3.
3.
Unequivocally. 3.
3. Okay.
So
And what
you
is
should
the
try.
strangest thing you have ever found under your desk?
This desk?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I put it there, but somebody last year noticed that there was some Chef Boyardee ravioli that I think was like a backup meal for probably 2 years.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that should be it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.